again, it's that time again. Welcome to the Sports Box, where the only opinion that matters is right here. I am Mike Galetta, a.k.a. Hamilton Mike, along with my partner, Brian, the Ranger Retard. Keep in mind, if you like what we're throwing at you,
you know where to find us again. So, for those of you who don't know, we are on Twitter at SportsBox Show. We have a great Facebook page. You look us up at SportsBox Show. You can like everything we have there. And, of course, the YouTube channel that you found today. Make sure you subscribe before the end of this show. It's at the top right, I believe. Make sure you see us there, of course.
And keep in mind, this show is sponsored again by a great guy, DJ Cruz, a.k.a. Anthony Cruz, for all your DJ party needs. Give him a call, 609-513-6395. Brian, how you doing tonight?
Fantastic, sir. How are you?
That good, huh?
Wow. I had a bad day in my life.
And you know what? We talked before the show. I'm feeling fabulous right now. Well, that's a long story. But anyway, let's kick it off. Let's talk about the AFC matchup in the playoffs. Oakland, at Houston. Brian, you have a little background on it?
Yeah, so this is the second time these teams have played. They played each other in Mexico City earlier this year.
Yep.
The Raiders took that game 27-20, but different teams right now, Mike.
Absolutely.
Both changed at the most important position. One due to ineffectiveness and one due to injury. So this is going to be household names at quarterback. It sounds like it'll be Matt McGloin against Tom Savage, but there's some injury news on Savage. Not sure how that's going to look with concussion protocol.
Welcome to the league, Connor Cook.
Yeah, it could be the Connor Cook show.
Who didn't actually play that bad?
Connor Cook would be for Oakland. If McGloin,
yes.
Well, McGloin has concussions too.
Yes.
Problems all around.
I'm sorry.
Everybody's hurt walking into this game.
Yeah.
This is going to be an ugly playoff game, Mike.
Yeah.
An ugly playoff game. And you look at how these teams ranked in the regular season. Not surprisingly, the Houston offense was ranked 29th in the league, and their defense was #1. They're going to need their defense to come up big to win this game, and it's not necessarily because I think McGloin or Cook's going to play well. I just don't think that offense can do anything.
I think it's going to come down to who can manage this game better, because you got a guy like Tom Savage who's now in the concussion protocol. I don't know if he's going to play or not. Now you're going to put Osweiler back in there, who was pulled for Savage because he's been playing terrible all year. And then on the other side of the coin, the Oakland Raiders were just cruising along. I mean, this team was on fire, looking for the first bye in the AFC, battling the Patriots. But now you got Matt McGloin in there, who hasn't played all year. Derek Carr's out for the year. It's just a very, very odd situation.
It's really unfortunate for Raider fans. My heart goes out to you guys who are Raider supporters, because this team had the looks of something that could go deep into the playoffs. I don't know if they would have gotten past New England if it got to that point, but they had the look. And for Oakland, it's been a while. It really is some bad luck there, but you talk about how these two teams have fared this season, but it's kind of tough to make comparisons because they're different teams.
Yeah, but let's talk about, I guess, a little bit of position-wise. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Quarterback to quarterback. You talk about, we'll say for the sake of argument, Matt McGloin plays, and for the sake of argument, Osweiler plays. You probably have to side a little bit with Osweiler because he's got a little bit more experience. He's played most of the year. Matt McGloin, here's a guy who doesn't really play all year.
I'm going to side with run the ball. Because I don't think these guys are going to be able to get anybody downfield. And the pass catches on both these teams are fantastic. You look at Amari Cooper, you look at Michael Crabtree. DeAndre Hopkins has had a down year, but he still has the talent there. And of course, the rookie Will Fuller. I mean, these guys are not lacking, for guys that can catch the ball. They're lacking for a guy to get him there, and it's really not Oakland's fault again due to the injury. I think you're going to see Oakland rely a lot on Latavius Murray in their running game.
You're going to have to,
but they're running into a really tough defense.
And you're also going to look at Houston to rely on a lot of Lamar Murray to come out, because he's had a good year as well. So, running back aside, I think the running backs are kind of split.
2 top 8 teams in rushing this year.
Absolutely.
I just think that. I think the quarterback play is going to be the story here. It wouldn't surprise me to see a couple defensive scores, just because of the way I think this plays itself out.
You look at the receiving end of it. You got Hopkins for the Texans, who's a solid player. Just Osweiler hasn't been able to get him the ball this year. It's been a shame. DeAndre Hopkins is a hell of a wide receiver. He just hasn't got the play. You're going to have to get Fedorowicz involved, the tight end this year, definitely in this game. And then on the Raiders side of the ball, you obviously have Amari Cooper, who's a beast. Crabtree, solid player, veteran. So, receiving-wise, it's going to be tight, too. This game is just spot-on tight for both teams.
But it could be tight the ugly way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't think
that's why I say manage-wise.
This is not going to be a highlight reel game.
This is going to be a chess match. Is what it's going to be.
It is, and not the good kind. If you think back to that Houston game where they played the Bengals, that was some ugly football.
Yep.
This could also be some ugly football. As far as making a pick here, again, I loved the Raiders this year. I thought they would do well, but I just can't, with good conscience, think that Matt McGloin or Connor Cook is going to go into Houston and win a game, especially against that defense. These two teams, as currently structured, do not deserve to be playoff teams, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not a shot against Oakland. You're missing your quarterback. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Houston to win this game and move on, but I'm going to say with a lot of confidence. I just think, again, Houston plays better at home than they do on the road. Even Osweiler, if he's the guy who starts, and my hate for Brock Osweiler is well chronicled in the sports box. Yeah. Again, it's not like Oakland's defense is anything that fantastic. Very low ranked in the league. I think Houston wins.
Yeah, see, it's really tough for me in prediction-wise. I like Brian's theory with the Texans thing, and I was thinking about siding with Houston, but you know what? I for some reason, some odds, look at the matchups, and I think the Raiders have a little bit more in the way of an edge, in the way of a running attack, wide receiver, and defensively, you know, they got a decent defense in the way of a line. It is tough, and I think it's going to be a very ugly game, like Brian says, but you know what? I think the Raiders find a way to win. I somehow think Latavius Murray has a good game. I think Amari Cooper catches everything in sight, and you got Crabtree on the other side. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think the Raiders somehow pull this out. It's going to be an ugly game, folks.
You know, and it in all likelihood, the winner of this game becomes fodder for New England next week.
Yeah.
So
don't cancel your dinner plans to watch this game. I definitely wouldn't do that.
You know, this is probably good that it's not a primetime game.
Yeah.
This is a game that you can forget about and go back and watch later, unless you're obviously a Raiders or Texans fan. But it's not going to be any of those. This might be a blooper reel on its own.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, Houston at home is a whole different animal. They played well at home this year. They're solid at home. I for whatever reason, I just feel somehow the Raiders pull this out. And like Brian said, you go back to the matchup of the Raiders-Patriots, we'll probably be, if that does happen, we'll talk about that later on. But you know, I just think the Raiders can find a way to win this. Ron Dorsey, you're the man. Still find a way to win.
We'll see, for sure.
We will see. Thank you again for watching the Sports Box. We appreciate it. Remember, we're everywhere. Catch us everywhere.
And, of course, this week we're previewing all of your NFL, the Wildcard round matchups week, so make sure that you're finding us. Again, if you liked our show today, as we said before, we're on Twitter at SportsBox Show. We're on Facebook at SportsBox Show. And, of course, our YouTube channel. Click that subscribe. Make sure that you're getting all of our fresh content hot and ready off the press, because we're bringing it here just for you.
No homers here, folks. We give you objectivity. We give you right out of our mouths. That's what we do. Because at the Sports Box, the only opinion that matters.
It's right here.
It's absolutely right here. Thanks for watching. See you.
Don't forget to subscribe.